this could be the last time we see my wife's Huracan Technica. I know, it's a sad moment when you're married a car hacker and he's telling you that, honey, it's gotta go. Hey guys, we're back with Exotic Car Hacks today, and my wife's Technica is about to leave. You may have seen this car on the channel. I spec'd it for her, and as you guys know, I don't keep cars that long, so it's time for it to go. But I'm not that mean. It is actually getting replaced by something else, but I'm actually unsure if it should be or not. So today, my latest arrival at Lamborghini has just landed and is ready for a test drive, and we're gonna take that very first test drive, not only together, but we're gonna see if it's worth getting rid of my Technica and giving it back in exchange for my latest Lamborghini. Let's get to it. Here we are at Lamborghini Palm Beach. Let's go inside and take a look at my latest creation. Come on. Diamond underneath the pressure. I can feel so much better. All right, guys, come in. Take a look at our latest arrival, the Sterrato. How crazy looking is this thing? It ought to be the craziest looking Lamborghini ever made. It is insane. I don't know, like, if I love it, hate it, I think it's bizarre. I definitely want to drive it. I want to get an idea for how does it drive, because everyone on YouTube swears by this car. They're like, this is the greatest car ever made by Lamborghini. And I believe them. I think that there's no way something this ugly gets so much like rave. So let's see it in action and let's see if it's really that exciting. All right, guys, so the first thing I noticed immediately before anything else, just so we're clear, it's really high off the ground, which is actually very comfortable to get in and out of. Now, that's the thing when you're old like me, but otherwise, let's go for a very, very quick ride, see if we actually like it or not. Ooh, it sounds all exciting. Steering wheel a little higher. Let's go manual. We got a little noise, okay. We got this ugly and terrible infotainment that I hate with all my heart. I don't know why they still want to torture us with this, but somehow they really, really want to, which bothers me to death, but it's okay. All right, let's go for a quick ride. Why am I listening to radio? What the f is this now? Oh, we're back to this terrible radio thing I was telling you guys about. It just works like complete. You see, like 3 times. Let's see what this Sterrato. They did this new dash thing I noticed, which is interesting looking. Really interesting looking. The dash is really weird, actually. It's really bizarre. It has more of an off-terrain kind of compass thing, like a Defender. I guess it's fitting. And then rally mode doesn't really change anything from sport. You just get sport, and then rally just gives the same thing as saying rally. But then this one, you get the more technical in the Strata mode, okay? Let's stay in sport here for a second. Let's see what we got. And you have 0 visibility. God damn, from the back. Like nothing. Like 0. Nothing. I completely didn't realize that this should be one of those cameras. I mean, there's 0 visibility out there. Wow. You know, the first thing is, even on the street, it's just so comfortable. Like so comfortable. Like completely different from a Huracan. Very, very comfortable, very exciting in that sense, because you can actually like take a longer road trip in this, which makes it drive like a car. So I understand that part of it very, very well, and I think that's really a good thing for a car. Now, you know what's funny is that the Huracan is a pretty car to daily drive. It unfortunately just isn't that, like, it's too uncomfortable, and there's too many things wrong with it, especially after they changed this infotainment system. But this definitely has a more comfortable, like, it can get in and out, park it anywhere, and not worry so much about someone banging into it or something. Like, it just has more of that feel that it's a little bit more sturdy and plasticky, so it's okay in that way. And you know what you notice too is it's a lot slower. It's actually a lot slower than a Huracan, like especially like something like a Technica. It's way slower, and I really like that too. Like, it's actually not that fast, which is fantastic. It feels like it's pulling a lot of weight, and it's just constantly struggling, which I think is excellent for this car too, from a drivability standpoint. It's my whole argument between having a GT2 RS every day versus having a Targa 4 GTS. Like, Clearly, the Targa 4 GTS is going to be more docile, usable, exciting, and even if you drive a little bit fast, you don't feel like your balls are going to your throat, so it's a little bit better. This car has that same vibration. I just never understood why it needed to be so ugly ultimately, because it's so bizarre, like it's so weird looking. Like, why couldn't it do this with a Huracan? Just tone it down a little bit, or maybe make a fucking female version or something for pussies like me to drive, you know? I mean, I can definitely see some of the stuff they've done here, but you still retain a lot of the cheap plastic everywhere. Like, this was spec'd low, so this is not like a high spec car. I specifically did that on purpose. I didn't expect to keep this too long. I thought to myself, this is one of those cars I'll put away for a little bit because it's interesting and it's different, but I don't know that I love it enough to keep it forever. I look at it as, okay, I have all these cars, right? You've been in my garage, you've seen, I have all this shit from like $4 million down, right? And one thing that happens through that is I feel poor driving a Huracan. I've said this 100 times. I even feel borderline poor driving an STO. So buying or owning like an Evo or Technica for a daily driver doesn't even make sense. Like, it's just stupid. I don't go that places. I'd rather drive a Urus Performante. Like, it's stupid. And if I had to choose between this thing and a fucking Dakar, well, I would pick this fucking thing because the Dakar looks like horse shit. So you heard that, Porsche. I mean, at least with this car, you get a lot of these lights and shit that makes it look like a badass rally car. And yeah, the tires suck, but we can always put a set of grapplers on here, make it look more like beefy and you and whatever. But this car is a better Dakar. Now, I would argue that the Dakar's interface and the 992 interface is probably one of the best interfaces and just dashes and seating positions and comfort zones out of any car historically that's ever come out, except the Bentley GT, which is also built by Porsche, so that should tell you that they get it. Like, Porsche gets it. Like, the interiors are spotless. But I will tell you, from a design and excitement standpoint, not even close how hot this car is versus something else such as a Dakar. So in my opinion, this is amazing, like absolutely amazing, from a, like, conceptually amazing. This continues to ruin the experience, 10 out of 10 to fucking 0. Everything else on this car works, and yes, I could have spec'd this more with carbon and black stuff and forged stuff, which I do in all my cars. In this case, I didn't think it was necessary because this was a more usable, functional car, and I didn't put sport seats because the Technica, basically after 40 minutes, you don't feel your asshole anymore. So that's a problem. It feels like you just came out of a bad Jules Jordan movie and then, you know, Dredd did something on your ass. If you don't know what I'm referencing, it's okay. At some point in your life you will. But right now, I'm telling you, this needed normal comfort seats. That was a big piece of it. And the yellow might be a little bit over, but I figured if you're gonna be eccentric and fucking retarded, might as well go full retard. Well, there you have it, guys. That's my review of the Sterrato. Tune in next week and make sure you see for yourself if we did pick up my Sterrato or did we choose to forfeit it and keep the Technica. But don't forget, even if today I chose to trade in the Technica, next week I'm gonna unveil the numbers so you see how well or how bad I did with the Technica, because we're gonna have that on tape for you. And then one last thing, don't forget, if you want to learn how to drive cars like these without losing any money, please, please, please do not forget to make sure you click the link in the bio and learn for free. We've been teaching people for 20 years now how to hack cars, and you need to learn how to never lose money on cars again. Leave a comment, let me know, should I trade the Technica in for the Sterrato? Is this the ugliest Lamborghini you've seen? I'd love to know your comments, and make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will catch you next time on Exotic Car Hacks. You know, everyone knows me as this car guy. I'm a big car collector. I love cars, and more importantly, they know me for making good decisions, gaining in and out of cars in order to maximize my return. But what if I told you that one of the ways I was able to buy all these cars has been by trading watches? But I'm not here to tell you about my other company, Watch Trading Academy. Instead, I'm here to tell you about a question I get asked at Watch Trading Academy a lot, which is, how do you sell watches confidently and, more importantly, in a safe manner online? Simply put, I use this company called Grailsy. It is a safe and very transparent way to sell a watch online. Not only do they handle the whole transaction from A to Z, but they make it safe for both the buyer and the seller, and because they really cater to real buyers and not just other watch traders, as a seller, you're always getting a great premium on a watch, especially when you're selling it. And as a buyer, you never know when you can find a great deal. So definitely check them out at grailz.com. They're an incredible company, and they've been the best place to safely buy and sell luxury watches.
Grailz. Buy and sell iconic timepieces.